Hey guys, so the real estate stats are out. We're in September 2022, and if you're in the market to buy or sell property here in the GTA or Toronto area in the fall of 2022, then this information right here is what you need to know in order to have a clear picture of what to do moving forward. Hey guys, this is Danilo from the King Realty Group. Every single month we take a look at the real estate stats that are given to us by the Toronto Real Estate Board. This actually covers the Toronto area as well as regions around Toronto such as Durham, York region, Peel region, and we even go into Halton region, even Simcoe County, which is a lot more north. This gives us a clear picture as to what's going on based on the numbers here in our marketplace. It actually does give us some information and actually might even give us some info that might impact our decision making into the months to come. So if you're a seller, you're a buyer, or you're somebody who's just tracking the real estate market, especially because of everything that's been going on over the last couple of years, this information is going to be interesting to you. If you check back, we actually do have other videos that talks about the market and what has been happening month to month. First and foremost, let's pull up our average price difference. Let me put this up on the screen. So here we have our dot graph that we take a look at every single month. It kind of gives you a nice picture of what's been going on ever since May 2018, actually. And you kind of see that we have ups and downs in our real estate market, which are normal. You know, obviously some months that are very elevated and have a lot more activity. Typically, those are the spring months. Then we have some summer months, winter months where things are a little bit less active. And this kind of gives you an idea of where our pricing is along the way. So obviously in the last couple of years, we've had a very interesting run. We've kind of deviated from this nice little price increase line that we've been seeing since 2018. All of a sudden we deviated kind of on the upside here, and we see that towards the end of last year and beginning of this year, we had such an increase in price. The jumps that we made from November to December to January were actually very incredible to see. And it's been interesting to see as well the 5 months of drops that we've had since February of 2022, which we've seen now to be the peak pricing here in the GTA. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of declines into July 2022, which is last month. And then for the first time, we're seeing kind of a change here where you see that in August, we've actually had an increase in price month over month, which is something we haven't seen at least for the last 5 months. So this is very interesting. Again, just what I said when we were in the second or third month of this decline, we need multiple months of declines to really objectively see this as a trend. So, you know, having 1 month that kind of goes a little flat or up, doesn't necessarily mean this is a trend, okay? And keep in mind that we're in the summer months. This summer has been a lot more normal than other months. People have been going away, people have busy, and so typically in the summer months we have less activity. And typically towards the end of the summer and into the fall market, September, we end up having a bit of an uptick. So let's see kind of how that plays out, but this is what I'm seeing at the moment. So we're gonna move on now and take a look at our month over month numbers. This gives us an idea of what's going on month to month. Again, you know, take this with a grain of salt. It's a month to month change, but it does give us some information. It's nice to track. We've been doing this since February of this year, which we saw was the peak pricing. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here we are. We have 3 months of information here since June. Let's focus in here on August 2022, and let's just review average price for detached semi-town and condos, about 1.379 for detached homes, which is actually a little bit higher month over month than July. You see here it's actually 1.26% higher than last month. Semis, you know, before we were seeing 5% drops month over month, and now we have a 0.5 increase more or less. Okay, in semis, we're just under $1 million here at 998,000. Townhomes are at 900,000, and condos are at 711,000. And yeah, I mean, very little change between July and August here. I guess semis were really the only property type that had an over 5% drop here at 7.35, and that could just be, you know, the particular semis that's got sold, in the month of August. But the bigger news here is that we're kind of up. We're up, right? Like from a month-to-month perspective, we're up. And it's interesting to see the detached homes from July to August have gone up 1.26%. So again, take this with a grain of salt. You know, the month of September go in the same direction, the month of October, November, etc., to really see, you know, a change. It could be more of a change in season, that people are coming back from vacation and they're just getting a little bit more active. You know, we'd be speculating here, right? There's a lot of reasons why this may be happening, but it did happen. So that's very interesting to note, and now you know, and now you have that information, which is great. So we took a look at our dot graph, we took a look at our month to month, and let's take a look at the year over year, because I think that's also a better gauge of where we're at. It's obviously captures 12 months of information. And so I think this is something that we should definitely look at as well. So let me just pop this up here. Give me a sec. So here we have our over year change. So from August 2021 to 2022, we actually just have about a % increase, I want to say, or just a little bit under a %, $9,300 higher than last year. So we're almost equal. And I would say that even in July, we had a similar increase. Really not that much of an increase. So let's take a look. Well, let's take a look at price first, that's what we're talking about. So it's 0.9% increase, so about a %. And July had the same result. It was about a % above 2021 pricing. And again, in August, we're about a % above 2021 pricing. So that's interesting to note. Sales has dropped. So we're about 5,600 sales compared to 8,500, a drop of 34%. And actually last month, our sales were under 5,000. And I believe we had about a 14 or 15% increase in sales from July to August, which is also very interesting to note. I know you don't see that here, but I can tell you that is the case. And 5,600 is a lot better, because under 5,000 sales in a month is very low. You know, we typically 6,000 to 8,000 per month, and that's a lot more normal. So still, our sales are a little bit less than what we typically see. However, it has increased from last month. So, you know, a bit more activity in August. And I do feel that because, you know, just naturally people are calling me, you know, they're asking me about getting back into the market, they're getting pre-approved. And when that naturally happens, it kind of shows, you know, just the mood of the general public. So it's very interesting to see, and it would be very interesting to see what happens into the next few months. Sales are down 34% from last year. Listings are down less than a %. We've actually had an increase in listings as well from July to August. So we're kind of on par in terms of how much has been on the market. Active listing is higher than last year for sure, because last year things were selling a lot quicker. You know, listings are still sitting in the market a little longer, and our days on the market show that. So we're up about 37% on days on the market here, 16 to 22. And our days on the market, even counting, you know, people who cancel listings and relist, we're up about 34 days compared to 21. So that's a 61% increase, which means that properties definitely are on the market a little bit longer. But one thing I've noted, you know, sellers are kind of holding pretty strong. If they're not getting the price that they want, they're just terminating, they're not selling. And, you know, when they are listing at a good price, they tend to sell pretty quickly. Like, you know, I'm working with buyers currently, and there's at least been like 2 properties where they just got listed at the right price. And, you know, within a week it got sold, and even 2 of them were sold with multiple offers, believe it or not, here in August 2022. Actually, did this happen in September? No, it was last month. We're at the beginning of September. So very recent though. So you are seeing those stories of people who are listing at the right price. It's a nice house, good area. They're just selling, and there's still buyers out there, more so end users than investors. However, there are investors out there as well, kind of playing the long game here. It's people who understand that they're buying a property for a long term. Those are the people who are in the market right now. Nobody who's looking to do a quick flip or anything like that, at least not on MLS sales. Finding properties off market is a whole different thing that I'm probably going to make a video about in the next couple of weeks here, because a lot of people have been asking about that as well. But yeah, I mean, this is what I got to share with you guys. You took a look at month over month stats, show that there has been a 0.44% increase from July on an average basis, 1.26% increase in detached homes specifically. We took a look at our year over year sales, which shows that we're up 0.9% from August of 2021. And we also give you the detail that, well, sales and new listings have increased as well from July to August, which is an interesting thing to see. And we're gonna have to see over the next few months here what happens in our marketplace. Nobody has a crystal ball. Anybody who tries to tell you that X, Y, and Z is going to happen over the next few months is definitely lying to you, because they do not know what's going to happen. One thing that's for sure is September 7th, if it hasn't already passed, depending on when this video gets edited, we likely are going to have an increase in interest rates from the Bank of Canada, and that is going to impact mortgage rates as well. So is that going to impact buyer behavior? I mean, it definitely could, because interest rates are going to be higher, which means your purchasing power is going to drop. You're not going to be able to afford a higher priced home as before. The interest rate's going to limit your monthly budget and what you can actually spend on. So we're going to end up seeing over this next couple of months how that's going to impact our marketplace. October, we have another interest rate decision, and we're going to see if we stay the same or if we increase there as well. It's debatable. You know, people think that, you know, interest rates are gonna remain the same or drop in October, or some people are saying that, hey, we gotta battle inflation, and if that doesn't calm down, then likely we're gonna see more increases. Really, we don't know. We're not the people that are in the positions to make these type of changes, but we are people who are studying this going forward, and so we're bringing that information. So make sure, guys, that if you're interested in this type of information, that you're subscribing and that you're liking this post, so that you're always reminded when we have these type of educational videos pop up, in addition to our other real estate content as well that gives you more information about the GTA and Toronto areas. That's where we focus, and we know it in and out. Like I said, we have buyers and sellers actively in the marketplace right now, and so we do definitely have a gauge and a different perspective compared to the general public. Typically, we feel and we understand, we kind of see what's going on because we have boots on the ground versus the newspapers that tend to report on things that happened in the past. So that's one really important detail. So guys, again, quick note, month over month, we're up 0.44%. Year over year, we're up 0.9%. And the most interesting thing is that after 5 months of declining prices month over month, detached homes are up 1.26% from July of 2022. This is not a trend, guys. We have to see what happens over the next few months to really understand what's going on in our marketplace. If you have any specific questions below, we do have a button to book a call with us. 50-minute call could give you so much information you don't even know. So if you're interested in the marketplace or wanting to know more information about the GTA, definitely get in touch with us, because we are experts and we do know what's going on in our marketplace. We do study this and we're on top of it, okay? Danilo from the King Realty Group, guys. You have a great day for now, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.